Hey, Kings and Dragons, Dragon King 551, and we are back with Michigan breakdown videos. Obviously, the last game of the regular season for the Michigan Wolverines, and ultimately they just could not get it done against Little Brother. They got us both times, winning by 13 the first time around, then winning by 17 the second time around. We looked for payback and we just couldn't get it. And personally, I feel there are a couple of things that went wrong in this final stretch of the season before the tournament starts obviously this week and stuff. And I'll watch those games and see who Michigan will play as the three seed as they drop. Um, Personally, let's just talk about basketball as a whole. A lot of teams started in the right direction. They went up the mountaintop and then they just started slipping down it. Um, for me, I don't really think that Michigan is necessarily bad. I think they have a worse record in Dusty May's first year than Jawan Howard in his second year. But we'll see if the second year they can definitely improve that Jawan record because Jawan had 23 and 5, and that's what kept him staying there. Michigan is 22 and 9 right now after going 8 and 24 the previous season. So I definitely think that he's a good coach, coach of the year, turning your record around, getting you into the conference championship and getting you into the big dance. But as I said before, they're not going to go very far with this decline, decline, decline. Danny Wolf just freaking pisses me off anytime he touches the ball. He's throwing across court passes in the game against Maryland. He's throwing across court passes. The offense can't get going. The guard play is horrible. Trey Donaldson and all of these guys are dribbling the ball way too much, not moving the ball around, not passing it. There's too much dribbling. There's not attacking to the rim, trying to force up bad three ball attempts. And, it's just go to the rim, attack the zone. If the zone is tough to drive, most likely you are going to get fouled, and it's a better scenario. Um, but ultimately, I just don't know where Michigan goes from here. My other issue was that they signed Dusty May during the season. For me, you don't sign a guy like that. You wait until the season is over to sign him. And I don't mean that necessarily as a statement where the news and everything breaks, but I mean potentially behind closed doors or when the regular season is over. That's when I would sign the guy into the postseason, so it's less of a distraction or when the season is officially over for that team, whether they get bounced from March Madness or it's something along the lines of that. Because I just don't agree with the signing of a guy like that. There's been distractions. And then turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. Fucking turnovers. 14 turnovers a game is what Michigan averages. Excuse me. And ultimately, I am frustrated. I am frustrated. I am frustrated. That is where I'm going from here. Frustration, frustration, frustration. Because you can't get a fucking rebound, for one thing, regardless of Danny Wolf and Golden holding it down. There's no other bigs coming in that are tall enough. You don't have those guys, and I keep saying these guys, but I'm bringing them up because it's not that far away. It was like three years ago, 4 years ago now that Michigan had these guys. Franz Wagner, John Teskey, Mo Wagner, all these guys that were big players who were powered forwards, Isaiah Livers, Eli Brooks, Shoddy Brown, Hunter Dickinson, all these other guys that are big who can actually go up and get the ball. And then also the guards are not doing anything and not helping to succeed. And I mean, I just can't understand what is going on anymore. And it comes to the thing that all those guys on the team, not a single one is from Michigan except for Will Cheddar and Jace Howard and a couple other guys and Justin Pippen. And they're just rotating an eight guy rotation. That is not how you win in college. Okay? You cannot win with an eight rotation in college. You can win with that in the NBA. You can win with that in rotation and stuff. You can win that within a men's league, rec league and stuff. But in a college environment, You have to empty the bench and let other players play. I haven't seen Jace Howard play one game yet. I mean, where has he been? He's just sitting on the bench there on the team and stuff. There's other bodies that haven't played a single minute of the game yet and stuff. It's time to empty the bench. I'm sorry, pardon me. It's time to empty the bench. And if I am a coach, I'm emptying my bench not just for playing time and saying that my five starters are sucking, which they are, but I also want to see can bench points help and stuff because the bench right now is atrocious. No one is getting proper rotation. You got Will Cheddar with 3 fouls early. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is another reason why people are like, "Oh yeah, we want to change it to quarters and stuff." So the fouls reset and everything instead of halves and everything. And I'm just like, well, that's better endurance to try to not get fouled out, but at the same time, it's ridiculous. With that being said, let's go into some stat lines here and let's go into the standings as well. So first off, let's go into the stat line here. You got big boy Danny Wolf, who's got 18 points and 13 rebounds. Wow, he actually did something today, close to 20. But then you got Golden, who's scoring all the points, basically. He scored 30 points. He scored half of our points, like almost exactly half of our points and stuff. 29 points and only 6 rebounds. And then Burnett and here are your guards. Burnett's got 5 points and 4 rebounds. Rubian Jones has got 3 points and 1 rebound. Trey Donaldson's got 2 points and 1 rebound. Roddy Gale Jr. can't do anything. He's got 1 point. LJ Gaston's got 2 points and 1 assist. And then Justin Pippen has got 1 point and 1 assist and 2 points. I mean, nobody is doing anything on the team. And then you got their side here. Let's look here. You got three guys that are actually in double digits and stuff. You got 11 here, 5 rebounds, and then you got Hallman who's got 20, and then you got Richardson who's got 18 and stuff. And then everyone else is kind of helping and stuff. But, Richardson is a guard. Then you got another guard that's actually shooting. And then, you got I don't know what position he plays. Trey Hallman. I want to say he's another guard or a forward. But then you got your forward who's actually helping out rebounds and stuff. And it's just not working for Michigan. You're shooting 37 from the field, they're shooting 45 from the field. You're shooting 13%, they're shooting 40% from there. You're shooting 72, they're shooting 83. I mean, they're better. They got 9 more rebounds than you. Offensively, they got 3 more. Defensively, they got 6 more. Assists, they got 6 more. 2 blocks versus 5 blocks. They got 3 more blocks. 9 steals, okay. 15 turnovers each. Each team had 15 turnovers, but 24 fouls versus 23. So, it's the shooting. It's every other stat there is good, but I mean, it's mostly the shooting. Only that many shots and everything else, it's the shooting. And then if we go into the standings here, you can see Maryland jumps us because they have a better record at 24-7. I mean, 26-9. Then you got Wisconsin here and stuff. So those are the top 4 seeded teams, and everyone else has to play where they got to play. But at the end of the day, for Michigan, it's just heartbreaking. For one thing, it's lackluster. And, they've only won 2 games now into the late March schedule and everything. They won one against Rutgers and Nebraska, I think. And then Maryland they lost to. And I mean, Illinois blew them out. And then Michigan State killed them twice. And, it was just like I can't stand how the team plays, but at the same time, I said from the beginning of the regular season, I don't expect this team to go far in March. I say second round at most. I say bounced potentially in the Sweet 16, making it, but I just don't see them playing strong ball. And I personally don't see them winning hoisting a 2025 Big Ten championship banner. I don't see them winning the whole entire tournament, but I am going to be idiotic and choose them because I'm loyal to them. But at the end of the day, it's dumb, it's stupid, and personally, I think that the Michigan Wolverines are going to choke when it matters most. Because that's what Michigan basketball has done for the last couple of years. They get there, they choke. They get there, they choke. They get there, they choke. I mean, there's nothing more demoralizing than seeing these runs and everything, and they choke. You got 2013 season, and Trey Burke, the infamous block, and they lose in the national championship. You got 2018 where we're playing great against Villanova, and then we lose. Then you got the 2019 season, who's shaky, and then you got the 2021 season, the COVID year season, where Michigan goes out there. They dominate. They get to the Elite Eight. They shoot a three when they shouldn't be shooting a three. Where there's zero point 0.5 seconds left, they should have just freaking put up, you know, a alley oop pass. They can't get to the Final Four. They don't win the national championship. They don't do anything, and they choke close enough to that championship. Then they go on Sweet 16 runs, and then they get bounced, 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 and here we are again in another great season, and they're probably going to get bounced in the Sweet 16 or some other run because, uh, you know, the one year I don't pick them to win my March Madness bracket will be the day that they win the national championship. That is what I'm saying. And honestly, I'm so sick and tired of watching this bullshit because it's not even that I'm angry at the team completely because as I said before, I don't expect big things to come from them, but at the end of the day, I just want to scream and throw a chair through my TV at times. Like that's how angry I am because sometimes the ref calls are just atrocious, and I don't like blaming refs. I don't like blaming them because the game is in your hands. But there are calls that even in men's league games that I have played, even in rec league games that I have played with my teammates and everything, where there's been guys who have hop stepped on one foot and done crazy moves that we think are travels. And ultimately, there are some calls that are just like ridiculous BS. And I mean, fighting for position with leaning your arm like this and then lunging it out and stuff that's freaking shoving me. You can't do that. And I don't know how that's legal. But at the end of the day, sometimes it's the refs, sometimes it's just poor execution. And, as Prime Deion Sanders said and Vince Lombardi in this scandal stuff, I'm just bringing this up. The play is coming. You know how to do it. Now, at the end of the day, you have to go out there and execute it and stuff. If you know that they're in zone, you got to go execute a good 3-pointer. If you know they're in man, then go to the lane and stuff. It's simple like that, and people just forget where you are, where your headspace is, and ultimately the Michigan Wolverines are just making mistake after mistake after mistake, and it's the rebounding and it's the turnovers. Right now, it's the rebounding and the turnovers, and then the bad shot selection, and then the stupid passes that they make. Let's throw it across court. No, no, no. If I'm a coach and you throw a cross court pass, you're fucking coming out of the game. Get the fuck on my bench and sit the fuck down. Not happening. You throw the ball to the strong side where the defense is at its strongest, you're coming out of the game. You don't get a rebound and stuff and actually fight for the ball and stuff while it's there, you're coming out of the game. I mean, loose ball on the ground. You don't dive for it, you're coming out of the game. No effort. There is no effort. There is no dedication right now. There is no passion in the game. No one is playing their right mind. Danny Wolf is playing garbage. He's throwing it to left sides of the play where it's impossible to throw it to the ball and turning the ball over. Then they're moving the ball up the court and trying to get it across half court already and throwing the ball away in this game. I mean, it's ridiculous. Stop doing that. Bring the ball up, set your offense up, and then create a good shot. They're playing selfish ball right now, and they're playing ISO ball. Move the fucking rock around and stop turning stop turning the fucking ball every goddamn play. Stop turning it over. The reason you turn the ball over 90% of the time for Michigan is they dribble it poorly into a trap or something, which I've seen, or they're fucking throwing it across the court in bad passes Half court, throwing the ball. Half court, throwing the ball. Oh, it's deflected. They take it the other way. Transition steal, 2 points and everything. Throwing it across the court. Transition steal, 2 points. Transition steal, 2 points. That is what is happening 90% of the time. And I'm telling you right now, they are going to get rocked by an 11 seeded team when they go into March as a 3 or 2 seed, and they're going to get fucked in the third round, probably the second round, but either way, they're going to get screwed if they can't turn the game around and actually play dedicational basketball and love the game. No one loves the game more than me. I love basketball. I love watching college. I love watching it all. I am a person that loves watching the game. This sport I am always more dedicated to than football because I play the sport as well. I'm just not built to play football. But at the same time, I still watch football. I love football. But the thing here is, I know the game. I've done everything. I've coached before for my rec league when I was done with high school. I came back, I coached. I refed for that league and stuff for the middle school league and stuff. I've done that. I've coached, I've played, I've refed. I know all the scenarios. It's not easy being a ref. It's very hard with the angles you're looking at. You're trying to call a good call. You see a bump, you think it's a foul. They say it's not a foul because it wasn't a bump. At the end of the day, you just got to play your hearts out and try to play it as clean as possible and make sure that you actually play clean. But that's all I got for you guys. So until next time, don't forget to stay radical. I'll see you in the next one. Hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and let me know your thoughts on this season, on how a lot of teams have declined. Purdue has declined. Wisconsin's up there with them, and they turn their season around. But there are a lot of teams there in the Big Ten that kind of just declined and haven't played well. And there are teams in the SEC now that are struggling a little bit as well. But let me know your thoughts on all of this. I'll see you in the next one. And as they say, go blue. We'll see how the season turns out for the postseason now. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Maybe a quick postseason for us. I don't know. But I'll still watch March Madness regardless of it. So I'll see you in the next one. Let me know your thoughts down below.